All right, we're gonna take a look at the election. Um,
Texas voters are considering quite a few things. 17.
Start off in Texas. I don't know why it won't show it that way. In Texas.
Texas voters are considering quite a few things. 17 constitutional amendments on a number of key issues that will impact you and your finances. Plus, there's also a special election for a North Texas state Senate seat. We've got results scrolling at the bottom of the screen, just so you know, and ION Politics reporter Jack Fink in the newsroom for us with the latest results. And we got things squared away on the microphone front. So let's talk about it. What do you got so far?
Well, Doug, the main headline at this hour, all 17 statewide ballot propositions, the amendments to the Texas Constitution, are passing with wide margins in the early vote. Let's take a look at some of these results because property tax relief is among them. In Prop 13, this is...
All right, Texas is going to change the Constitution on property tax. For and against. All right, for 82% so far. Let's see it. See how they go last night.
For reducing school property taxes at 82.5%. So 83% for and 17.5% against. Not a big surprise here. And if this continues, what's going to happen is that the homestead exemption is going to rise for all these homeowners from $100,000 to $140,000, and this is going to impact 5.7 million Texas homeowners, and this is going to take effect this year. Let's go to...
Take effect this year, they said. So we only got one more month, or I guess in Florida, it's November. We got to get the first tax roll bill in, so let's see.
Prop 11, this is for seniors and the disabled, 66.2%. Actually, this is for Prop 9. This is for businesses. And, okay, we're going pretty fast here. If we can slow the roll, that would be helpful. Then we have Proposition 2 here on capital gains taxes. This is for 67%, 33% against. Let's continue on. This is a ban on the Prop 6 is the ban. I think this is what's coming up next. Okay. This is Proposition 3, bail reform, 63% for, 36% against. Let me talk a little bit about bail reform.
All right, so they got in Texas several propositions. And this is bail reform. I don't know the particulars. He's going to talk about it in a minute. For those on track, you can't hear this, but we'll get on that later.
This is going to require judges in Texas to deny bail for certain felonies, such as murder, such as indecent.
Unlike California, this allow or demand or order judges to deny bail for certain crime, murder. That's what's done.
See, with a child and aggravated assault. This
abuse on a child and certain aggravated assaults
comes after there were problems specifically down in Harris County in the Houston area where judges were releasing violent offenders and they would go out and repeat.
Judges in certain counties were releasing violent offenders. And when they did so, they went out and repeated. Sound like California.
Murders and other violent offenses. So this is what Prop 3 looks like it's going to pass. And if this trend continues throughout the evening, then this will likely pass. We're still waiting to see what some of the other propositions are here. Do we have those, guys? And if not, okay, let's go to the special election for State Senate District 9. This is the early vote. That's why you see zero.
Okay, got it. Democrat leading right now.
0% vote in. This is the early vote. The Democrat Taylor Ramett is leading right now. There are two Republican candidates, and they are splitting the Republican vote.
Wow.
So if this trend
That makes no
continues
sense.
throughout the night, and we see the results come in.
You got two Republicans. They didn't have a runoff primary. What's going on here?
And from Election Day, this is going to head to a runoff, and that's because if one of these candidates doesn't get to 50%.
Oh, okay. So there could be a runoff. If either one don't get 50%, then they have a runoff election.
+1, then they go to a runoff, and that runoff is going to happen sometime between late January and early February. So, Doug, lots going on here. We'll get some more numbers in.
All right, so that was with that one. Let's get out of this one, move to the next.
Between the Jasmines of the world, the AOCs of the world, the Mamdomnis of the world, between the guy out in Minneapolis, did you see him? That'll be on my shorts feed too. He's running for mayor of Minneapolis, and he's got a Somali flag that he's out there waving, not an American flag. And then he speaks a little bit in English and then immediately into Somalian. I mean, I'm sorry. He said he's going to protect all Somalians. I'm like, wait, where are you? Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA. But you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it. So this is who they're putting forward, which tells you they got nothing. Meanwhile, you got a shutdown going on that just won't stop. It's like the gift that keeps on giving for the Republican Party. The Democrats, they are up a creek without a paddle. And guess what? They're losing people left and right, as this C-SPAN show found out today. So they have callers that call in, kind of like, when I'm looking at your comments. We'll find a way to do that at some point, because Leslie, I'd like to talk to you. We're going to get you on camera here. And Don, same thing. Anyway, this guy calls in, and the poor anchor on C-SPAN was like, let's go to our Democrat hotline. Maybe they have a Democrat and a Republican hotline. He didn't expect this. Watch.
We go to Oklahoma, where Lawrence is on our line for Democrats. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I've been a Democrat all my life. I'm 78, and my folks were too, but this party has changed so damn much. It makes me sick.
Whoa!
I'm going to move out of it. It's terrible, just like Schumer, he needs to be in a home, take Pelosi with him,
Lawrence, when's the last, who was the last?
Did you hear that? He said, he needs to be in a home and take Pelosi with him. I mean, that's pretty good, right? And so the guy's like, okay, all right, let me see. Is he really a Democrat? I got to make sure. I'm C-SPAN watch.
When's the last, who was the last Democrat you voted for?
Pardon me?
Who was the last Democrat you voted for?
Last election. But like I said, I'm changing.
You voted for Kamala Harris?
Yeah, this is ridiculous,
Why did you
go around,
Why did you think Kamala Harris should win that election?
As a Democrat. I just a solid Democrat. Like I told you, my folks were too, and I'm just fed up. I'm moving, I don't know, independent or something's got to happen. I just wanted to make a comment, and thank you.
That's Lawrence in Oklahoma.
Well, Lawrence in Oklahoma.
And I hope, by the grace of God, more Democrats see the light and move away from this foolishness. The Democratic Party is not the party of my parents. Okay. They have lost their mind. What we see in DC, what we see in New York, and I think it's Minnesota. It's a takeover, and we, as American citizens, need to rise up and vote and know what our vote counts for. So I'm writing an article for Substack on the mindset of Democrats and where they've gone and what we need to do to turn this around. To jump off this for a second, for my TikTok viewers, because they can't hear this. They can't see the video. I mean, they can see the videos somewhat, but now they can't hear what's going on. We are at $7 trillion per year, and we only take in about 5.2 trillion. So we run in a deficit. And your Democrats say free, 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 and tax the rich. Ain't gonna work. All right, sure. We want to pay taxes. We want to set certain goals. All right, the money goes overseas. They're not as dumb as the Republicans or Democrats that are seeking to tax them. Okay? So we got to address that. If you tax them, they find a tax outlet somewhere else. They got lawyers, they got tax officials to help them dodge the tax. What you're doing is you're killing the middle class. At this point, thank God for President Trump bringing back jobs, removing illegal aliens from the United States so that wages go up and housing demand goes down. But you can't tell that to people that know everything. That they're going by feelings instead of facts. All right, let's continue.
Welcome you to the other side, okay? Look, you've got Democrats really struggling right now, and there are no answers. There's no candidate out there with any kind of answer that seems to resonate. And so the party becomes more and more splintered, and I would just say, hey, you know what? That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I will see you.
All right, get in here, you beautiful bastions of freedom. We've got all the election updates right now. The election night is over. Honest to goodness, I cannot believe the Democrats just voted in a guy who literally had murder fantasies in written form, in text messages, owned up to it, and then they elected him after he wanted to shoot them in the head. I mean, we're going to walk through all of this right now, but that to me is by far the most insane thing that I've ever seen. It is indicative of where the Democrat Party is, where the far left is. This is going to send a whole lot of shockwaves across the entire system. I'm going to break it all down for you right now. I got all my tabs open, so make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. The fight is clearly not over, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to tell you how it is, because that is how we win and save this country. All
right. I was doing that for my track people. I keep saying track tick. TikTok. I'll get back with y'all, but I want to cut this off because I don't want to have an echo in this Zoom call. Talk to you later. All right. Now we continue on.
All right, let's get in here. Audio, video, 5x5. Just make sure you guys can hear me, see me, and we are going to dive right in as soon as I get the confirmation. All right, good stuff. Excellent, guys. Let's dive right in here. We have got to talk about some things. So, you, of course, can follow me at Braden LOA on X. I would love to have you over there because, quite candidly, guys, that's the big... Oh, New Jersey. They lost. They won New Jersey. Fine, and that's indicative of the entire national party. Really? Okay. Here's the brass tacks of this. They won in New York City for the socialists. They've already done that before. Shocker. They went in Virginia, which was a sweep, which honestly I expected them to get 2 out of 3. I thought that the psychopath who wanted to kill children was going to lose. That one didn't happen, which is much more on Democratic voters than on anything else. I'm just going to openly say that one. And then they won New York City, Virginia. There's something else they won that I'm just completely blanking on right now. It'll come up, but that's the big. Oh, New Jersey. They lost. They won New Jersey. We're gonna dive into all of it, guys. Let's get in here. We gotta talk about some stuff. But this whole the walls are closing in on anybody who's conservative is really funny, especially since everyone in the country, a majority of the country is conservative. All right, this one we're gonna start off. New York City. Zohran Mamdani, he is the projected winner. Well, who could have seen that coming? I mean, good Lord. I guess Alabama's going to go blue now, right? Okay. And fair warning, I'm going to be sarcastic and mock them a little bit on these types of things, and then I'm going to be pragmatic on some other things. So just buckle up because we got a lot of work to do. New York goes socialist. Congrats, enjoy your free everything. All right, let's just move on. That's not a surprise. This one, Virginia governor, projected winner. This is Abigail Spanberger. This one, I had very low hopes that Winsome Sears or Earl Sears was going to win, only because the polling and the messaging and the campaigning and also where the money distribution was. I wanted it to happen. I didn't expect it to happen, particularly when you...
Yes, it would have been nice, but I didn't expect it.
You look at all the things that were going on in our culture at the moment. You've got Trump in power. You have the Democrats who have no power whatsoever. That leads to an animated base. Virginia is a blue state. It's not a purple state. It's a blue state. And the outlier of Glenn Youngkin was bound to be upset at some point in time. So I wasn't totally surprised that this was going to happen. Now, as I continue through here, this one, we're going to do an autopsy on a postmortem once we get all the numbers in, because this one shouldn't have even been close. In New Jersey, they won the governorship, but here's the real big secret that the left doesn't want to tell you, because they're going to go out full bore saying that MAGA is done, referendum on Trump, no one likes Republicans, no one likes MAGA.
They're already doing it. And hopefully I can pull up some notes on it. I think I already pulled them up. But yes, they're already saying this is a mandate against Trump. However, Trump is still in power. And what I would appreciate and hopefully, as they go more socialist, Trump cuts off the federal funding for many of these programs. And he, by the grace of God, he keeps winning in the courts. Lower courts, we know he's going to lose, pretty much lose. But as he go up and make it to the Supreme Court, by the grace of God, we win.
Everyone hates conservatives. Liberalism's the way, progressives in the way, social in the way. Ha ha, we win. Basically being all themselves. This is the big thing. New Jersey was within 1 point in polling. That's a blue state that should not even been close based on previous norms. Okay? You can't put a big win, oh my God, we came down from on high and we, stole fire from the pits of hell to warm the entire earth because we're amazing. No, you barely held on to a blue state. Congrats. All right, let's keep on trucking. Again, I'm going to keep on being extremely real with you. So, here's the first one I'm going to show you. We're going to see a lot of this. And as you guys get in here, like that video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. The chats, the emojis, and the comms are incredible, and they help everything engage. And thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm glad he pulled this up. This is some of the stuff I was going to pull up. They are losing their mind. They think that these small wins, and it's the state level, that these small wins mean as much as they think they do.
All right. So now this part. George Conway, this guy's a far left progressive. Just, good Lord, this guy's kind of seems like a blue tsunami is about to hit. And this is what you have to understand if you are on the conservative, the Republican, the MAGA, whatever you're on, right? You have to understand they need wins so that they can come out and say, oh, there's going to be a blue tsunami and everything's going to be rejected because their worldview was rejected 12 months ago.
Yeah.
So what they have to do now is they have to say, no, it's something else, it's an outlier because the problem's not with me, it's with someone else. That's what they do. It's projection. That's human nature. But with this right here being a blue tsunami coming, you really think a blue tsunami is going to come based off of 3 blue states that are going to be going blue? I mean, so when Alabama, Arkansas, and Mississippi go red, are we going to sit there and go, red tsunami on the way? No, that's not realistic. But let them have their dopamine hits. I mean, they've won. Go team. But it does not mean that all of a sudden everything that we care about is dead. I mean, good Lord, these people, they're always the same. Let's keep on trucking. So this one, I found this one interesting. Because this is a little clip, brand new, coming off. This is something that was just posted up on X from the show. I think it was within an hour from now. This is Bill O'Reilly talking to Chris Cuomo. Okay? Watch what happens in the analysis on what the midterms are, because this is an interesting analysis piece I want to bring to you. Again, this is all cutting out right now. I've been collecting it. Let's go.
This has nothing to do with the midterms. Zero. And the reason is so many things are going to happen between now and this time next year. And it's going to be a completely different country than it is now. Now, I can't predict which way that's going to go.
Then how do you know it's going to be a completely different country?
because there are so many things that have to be decided. There are too many undecideds. And you can start with the Supreme Court ruling on the tariffs. You can start on that. And they'll rule in Donald Trump's favor because of the 1974 law that Gerald Ford signed into. They have to. The Supreme Court can't change the law. It has to uphold what's already been in precedent. Now, they'll rein Trump in a little bit, but that will give Trump then a free field to see if in the next 8 months the tariffs can kick in to bring prices down and to help people.
All right, let me translate this out for you because I speak politician. What he's talking about when he says a different country, this is a little bit, objectively, I told you I was going to be realistic and pragmatic. This is a little bit of copium. It is. It is a little bit of copium. Here's the reality of where it's coming from, and here's the reality of where we are. He does have a valid point. Bill O'Reilly does have a valid point on the stance of if economic conditions improve and if tariffs continue to come in and they bring the cost of living down and housing down and cost of goods.
Yes. It's a body of yes. But I still see, and hopefully it will happen, that enough Republicans will be called to go out and vote to stop any shenanigans of the left. But yeah, he is right. Bill O'Reilly is not embracing the full, reality of what's going on right now.
It's down. Yeah, that will have a positive boon on the election. That always has a positive boon on the election. That's not a new thing. That's a standard status quo thing. It's the election stupid is a well-known phrase for a reason. I mean, the economy stupid is a well-known phrase for a reason. That's of course, that's reality, but there's a little bit of copium. Because if you don't look pragmatically at what just happened, and you don't look around and say, what are all the factors that occurred to bring us to the point where this outcome was achieved, whether you're on Team Blue or Team Red, you're gonna struggle further if you ignore things that are in the interim. Right? I agree. Just like when we do videos on the shutdown, we've done it the last 3 to 4 weeks. Every time we've done a video, there's been an incremental addition to the entire story, which brought us to the prediction of what is happening right now. You can't ignore individual factors and pieces because the fact is they won. They swept. Okay, that's objectively true. They did sweep in blue areas, but that also means you have to analyze what went down.
Right.
Hoping that it's going to be a completely different country because tariffs and because this, that, and the other, and carrying the 4 and getting the Y and then solving for X. That's fine, but it doesn't actually solve the issue on the ground right this second. And
the country is not going to change. I guess what he's hoping for is the mindset of the people will change. The landscape of the other forces. I said, overgeneralization is what he was doing.
Right, the second is you have a motivated base on the left, you have an angry base on the left, and they're going to show up in blue areas. The question is, do they show up in purple areas or red areas?
Right.
That's the question, right? And this is objectively my political analysis and my commentary. I've seen this in the gun world when we do political analysis. I've seen this in the political world. I've seen this in the Trump election 1.0, the Biden election, and the Trump 2.0 election. That's reality. If you ignore what happened because you want to think there's another dream going on, you're going to get hurt more. All right, there's a couple super chats I want to hit on real quick. Hope they enjoy what they just asked for. Will Crump says for the $2.
All right, let's go up a little bit and jump on another one.
When I saw a dog that I was not familiar with,
it's not a dog. It's that's something funny later.
Jaw-dropping video coming out of Kentucky. Incredible here, showing the moment a UPS cargo plane crashed just moments after takeoff. At least 7 people confirmed dead in this, several others hurt, and now an investigation is underway to figure out just what went wrong.
News 6's Mark Lehman is following those overnight developments live for us. And Mark, authorities say they are worried the death toll will be going up.
Yeah, that's because the explosion and wreckage covers a trail of destruction through businesses and roads. We're seeing several videos that showed the large fireball moments after impact. Meanwhile, there are a lot of questions about just how this could happen.
Terrifying video capturing the moment a cargo flight erupts into flames after a crash near Louisville's Muhammad Ali International Airport.
Flight 2976 departed runway 17 right and went down 3 miles south of the airfield.
The UPS plane was loaded with fuel for a trip bound for Hawaii. Video shows flames on the left wing and a trail of smoke, the plane then slightly lifting off the ground before crashing.
Anybody who has seen the images and the video know how violent this crash is. And there are a lot of families that are going to be waiting and wondering for a period of time.
According to first responders, at least 7 people were killed, including 3 crew members on board and 4 others on the ground. The explosion is setting multiple buildings on fire, including an auto parts store and a petroleum recycling center.
We have to use hundreds of personnel to surround it, contain it, and then slowly bring it in.
Officials say the aircraft is an MD-11 freight plane owned by UPS. Hundreds of firefighters worked to contain the flames, which spread over a large area.
These are trained firefighters from all around the region that are handling this to search grid by grid very carefully to make sure if we can find any other victims.
As the area of the crash has been contained, the FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board are now investigating. As that's happening, we're hearing from one witness who came across some of the debris from the crash. I'm going through that for my next report coming up at 5:30.
Wow. All right, so we got that. Move this around. We'll put this clip. Move this around. What's next? All right.
Este es Juanes Costas de los Estados Unidos. Auto su barco ahora. Auto su barco. Auto su barco. Auto su barco ahora. Auto su barco. Auto su barco.
Okay, so this happened a while ago, but I came across it again and wanted to show it.
Ahora. Auto su barco. Auto su barco! That's gonna be hard to get on! Auto su barco!
I give them that, they're trying to stop them. Okay, this is another one. It doesn't look like a fishing vessel. All right, let's go for another one. So this is my first time seeing it, so I'm going to speed up a little bit. I don't know what they're doing. It wasn't what I thought it was. And thing is
The US government shutdown is now into its 35th day, and Speaker Johnson
looked like clickbait on that last one.
has had enough. Johnson has heard the desperation of federal workers who are now going on month 2 without a paycheck, and is desperately coming up with a plan to bypass Chuck Schumer in a bid to reopen the government and get things moving again.
Evidence speaks for itself. So we're going above the heads of the so-called leadership, and we are appealing to the consciences of a handful of people in the Senate who want to do the right thing and just stop the pain for the American people. And we pray that today is that day. Maybe time for the longest shutdown in history is something that they can claim as some sort of success. But it's sickening. It's sickening to see a political game being played. We're not playing a game here. We never were. Back on September 19th, to remind you all again, we passed a clean, nonpartisan CR that's 24 pages in length, had not a single Republican priority on it. Why? Because we did it in good faith, because we didn't want this eventuality to occur. We knew it would be too painful for the people, and that's why we've always done the right thing, as everyone has said over and over. Now they won't, and we all know why. Yes, sir.
Speaker Johnson was forced to take extraordinary action after the Democrats today voted for the 14th time to keep the government shut.
The age of 54, the age of 44, 3/5 of the Senate duly chosen and sworn in, not having voted in the affirmative, the motion is not agreed to.
Caroline.
All right, so how long can it hold out? Should the Republicans go nuclear option on the Democrats and their filibuster? Should the Republicans in the Senate override the filibuster?
Leave it unleashed on Schumer and the Democrats, who are maintaining the shutdown during her White House press briefing.
We are now on day 35 of the Democrat government shutdown. The Democrats' obstructionism will break the record for the longest government shutdown in American history tonight. The Democrats are intentionally hurting American families, workers, and businesses with this shutdown to fight for free health care for illegal aliens and to appease their radical left-wing base. And it's a total disgrace. This past weekend, Americans traveling to weddings, funerals, vacations, and meetings faced significant flight disruptions at airports across the country because of staffing shortages. On Sunday alone, more than 5,000 flights traveling to and from U.S. airports were delayed. Since the Democrat shutdown began, 4 times as many staffing shortages have been reported at air traffic control facilities compared to last.
America, how long can you wait? What do you need to motivate you to call your senator, call your congressman and say, let's do something? Especially your congressman. Especially your senator.
Last year, TSA checkpoint wait times ballooned past 3 hours at Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport, with some passengers enduring up to 5 hours in line. At nearby William P. Hobby Airport in Texas, security wait times are routinely exceeding 1 hour. More than 13,000 air traffic controllers are continuing to work without pay. Because of the Democrats, these men and women who keep our airspace safe and moving will miss a second paycheck in a row this Friday if Democrats refuse to open the government.
And it's not only Republicans who are slamming Schumer for the shutdown. Democrat John Fetterman has had enough and can see the disastrous effects it's having on critical workers.
And that's where I'm at, and America's fly system, that's now been impacted. I fly every week, and I can see more and more delays and cancelings right there on the boards. So why would we want to mess with this now? We're just a couple weeks away from Thanksgiving. I think we've reached the point now. This really has to end, and it's not about the blame or who's going to blink. Right now, I think this thing, it's entirely appropriate, has to end.
He then went on to encourage his party to vote to end this.
I would describe it of they realizing it's getting harder and harder to rationalize keeping our entire government down. And it doesn't mean there's 47 of us and we need 5 more. So this doesn't need a wave. Right. It just needs 5 more colleagues to say, look, You know, we can all 47 of us agrees we should want to extend our tax credits and make our health insurance more affordable. But now we need 5 more to agree this has gone too long and it needs to end. And everyone deserves to get paid. And we want to make sure everyone gets fed. And we are sending the wrong message at this point.
And whilst most...
All right, I'm ending it right now. I'm going to come back in a few and wrap it up, but I wanted to get this out. Let me know what you think. Where you stand on this shutdown? Where you stand on this election? Is it a blue wave? What else would you like me to show and comment on? I'm still getting used to it, so I'm still breaking it down. I appreciate it and hope to hear from you.